Watch. It's right here. This is drawing into that.
Thank you for joining us on KHOU 11 News at noon. New video here sent to our newsroom from one of our viewers. Take a look at the funnel cloud forming just over what appears to be a construction site. Good afternoon. I'm Sherman Chow. Yesterday's tornado swept through Northwest Harris County, leaving destruction across our area. Today, we're back out in the hardest hit places, gauging the aftermath of those storms. We've got team coverage for you this afternoon. Archita Kraft has details on the tornado's path. Ugochi Iloka is in the Klein area checking out the damage. But first, Jalissa Garza is live in the Memorial Northwest neighborhood, one of the worst hit places in Precinct 4. Jalissa, you've been there all morning. Sounds like they're working hard behind you. How are things looking?
Hey, Sherman. Well, if you take a look, you can see crews have been hard at work. If you remember, several hours ago when we checked in, there was so much more debris here. This was a home we showed earlier this morning. You can see the tarp covering that extensive damage, but crews have really cleared up a lot of the debris here and made so much improvement. As we saw in that debris this morning, there were shingles, trash cans, and so many other things that we can assume were flying around from those strong winds and the tornado that I know Cheetah will be breaking down more of. Now, as we've seen a lot of tree service companies here in this neighborhood helping residents clean up the damage left behind, we also met other residents who maybe didn't get any damage, but just wanted to lend a helping hand to their neighbors. Take a listen to what they had to say.
What is Thanksgiving about anyway? Being grateful. And honestly, I'm grateful that I didn't have huge damage to my home, but the gratitude of being able to like come out together and help each other. I love that about this community. I love that about this neighborhood. I think if it wasn't Thanksgiving, it would still happen this way.
Now again, another look out here. You can see crews were cutting all these tree limbs down. We saw it as it was happening, but like I said, Sherman, they really cleaned this up pretty quickly. I mean, we showed you throughout the morning a lot of the debris that was here on the side of the road. Of course, there's still more work to be done, but a lot of improvement since we last checked in with you during our streaming show on KHOU 11+. I know we've got another look from other crews, so for now, I'll go ahead and toss things back to you in the studio with another look here of how crews are still working. Sherman?
All right, man, you can hear those chainsaws. They are working overtime. Thank you, Jalissa. Meanwhile, Ugochi Iloka joining us live at Thieswood and Woodbark Roads. And Ugochi, you were there as the Klein Fire Department assessed damage in that neighborhood.
Yes, Sherman, I followed members of the Klein Fire Department as they checked out several homes like this one that experienced a lot of storm damage. I mean, just look at the top of this house in particular. It has a big hole in its roof after a tree fell on top of it. Now, this is video on your screen now of us driving right behind Klein fire crews in the Memorial Estates and Thieswood Estates area as they checked in with homeowners dealing with storm damage in the way. Now, they helped push up a fence and clear debris blocking any roads or houses in. The district fire chief and a Klein fire captain tell me after a major storm, they usually try to help where they can. Sometimes tree services can take too long and get busy, so they say checking in with neighbors who could use the immediate assistance is how Klein Fire Department steps up.
The reason why we do this is just for our community. It's something that we do. It's something that they rely on us for.
The main thing is getting it cleaned up as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
We also are going around with our report to your property, and on here we have a QR code that can be scanned, so you can actually send that in and it will go to the county.
Yeah, in addition to the county, the state is asking people to report damage too, so they can better assess the destruction and determine what resources are available. Back out here live, again, another look of the damage at this house, that big hole there. A tree was there earlier this morning, so you can see they've chopped it all up here and gotten a lot of work done, but still so much to do. Now, speaking of the state and them asking people to report that damage, we have an article available right now on our website, khou.com, that walks you through exactly what the state needs from you to report it. Reporting live in the Klein area, Ugochi Iloka, KHOU 11 News. We'll send it back to you, Sherman.
All right, thanks, Ugochi. You know, and we're asking folks, once they send the pictures to the state, to go ahead and make a copy and send them to us as well, because we'd like to go ahead and, make sure we get the coverage continued out in those areas. Thank you, Ugochi. All right, let's send things over to Cheetah Craft now. Cheetah, you have been tracking the path of this tornado.
Yes, and we are going to learn a lot more this afternoon. In fact, the National Weather Service is getting together and they send a team to survey the damage exactly where Julissa and Ugochi are. And they are going to let us know, okay, are we dealing with one, which is one confirmed tornado, or could it be 2 or even 3 tornadoes that happened yesterday? This is the big picture of the area of our local storm reports, and notice how that's really concentrated over Klein. When we're looking at the potential of an EF0, an EF1, or an EF2, remember that's the enhanced Fujita scale. An EF0 would be winds around 65 to 85 miles per hour. EF2 would be 111 to 135. We've seen extensive damage. Would not be surprised if we have an EF2 on our hands. Now, right now, wow, what a difference 24 hours makes. Beautiful here all across southeast Texas, including Conroe, where earlier this morning we were socked in with fog. Not so much anymore. Notice not a cloud in sight. We have clear skies all across the board. Right through your afternoon, I'm expecting upper 70s to low 80s. Really, all in all, it's a nice day. Today will actually be the warmest day, though, over the next 7 days. So as far as your weather story, rain is out, sunshine returns. That's what's in full effect today. Temperatures are dropping for Thanksgiving. Today and tomorrow are slightly transitional days before we really bottom out. Thursday morning, you'll start off in the 40s, and then rain is expected to return this weekend. Have you seen your Saturday and Sunday outlook? If you have anything planned on Saturday, it's trending a little bit more like a washout. I'll have a look at that coming up in just a little bit. For now, Sherman, I'll send it back to you.
All right, we'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Thank you, Cheetah. For families still dealing with the impact of yesterday's storms, we want to make sure you get support. Text the word HELP to 713-526-1111. We'll send you a link to local resources for debris removal and other help that you might need. There are also steps to take to report damage to your insurance company. You can find all of this information on our website, khou.com.